Hey there, just want to walk you through how I use the Flick software. Before we get into this, just want to make it clear that you do need to know more information about the hashtags before you can effectively use them. So you want to go through, and once you have your hashtags, go look at those and make sure that the top 9 posts are recent and that they are actually getting comments. Because if they're not getting any comments and you're not getting comments, and you're not going to rank. Bay Garl, who's in the social storytelling group, can go over this a lot more in depth than I can. Um, this is just what I've been using, what's been working for me, even though it may not be perfect. I'm not fully ready to have an IG hashtag specialist on my team just yet. So this is what I'm doing to make it work. And I know if you're watching this right now and you're just starting up, or you just started your business, or you're a new entrepreneur, or whatever, this will at least get you moving in the right direction. But again, just make sure that you're doing your research along the way. So if we go into Flick software, basically what this is going to do is tell us the average amount of likes and the number of posts in each hashtag. So obviously when you go to Instagram, you can search hashtags and see which posts are on there. You can watch the story for a specific hashtag, which is really cool and allows people to find you. For posts, I think that hashtags are kind of bullshit. I don't feel like they help as much. But for stories, I've definitely been seeing a lot more engagement whenever I do use hashtags. I'm trying to see if using the same 2 hashtags in every, like if I have a 6 slide story, if using the same 2 hashtags in every slide will actually get me into that hashtag story more effectively. Because whenever you use multiple sets of hashtags in one story, they are only seeing that one slide that you're using hashtags on. So yes, you're getting into multiple hashtags, but I feel like it might actually be better to have the entire story on one. That way, if someone goes in there, they can actually watch that, because 15 seconds, I mean, it could grab someone's attention, but you want to play with that as well and kind of see what works. So we'll make this quick. So all I did for me, I like my business is business consulting and online personal training for executives and CEOs and business owners. So I also work with other coaches and experts to help them build their online brands. So essentially, what I did, there's a couple topics that I talk about a lot: productivity, business, and I do just like corporate wellness. So I've used a couple other hashtag strategies before. I used how many posts were in each hashtag, and that worked okay. But I think this is actually going to be more effective. So we'll just go with productivity. So you're essentially, you want to break down your business into 3 main sections. So if you talk about, like, what are the 3 main things that you actually talk about? Is it um, business? Is it personal development? Is it marketing? Whatever you talk about the most, whatever you feel like resonates with your clients and the message you're trying to communicate. You're essentially just going to pick 3 of those. So we'll start with just one. All I did in a Google Doc is I just put base topic productivity, because what we're going to do is actually put this in here, and we're going to let's see. So we're going to do a limit of 30. So this is going to show us our base hashtag and 30 most related hashtags around that. And what you're going to do is actually choose the top 5 to 10 hashtags that are going to be the most relatable. So we're taking a big overarching hashtag and then breaking that down into subcategories. So all we're going to do is type in 30 on here. You want to make sure you click the advanced search settings, and then you're going to search. And okay, so now we've got our productivity in the middle, and then we've got all these things around here. So maybe it's high performance habits. You can click on that. Whichever ones you want to use, you just simply click on them. So Seth Godin, business builder, life planning, marketing tips, productivity hack, time management tips, and study inspiration. So I'm just picking random ones. Well, obviously, you'd want to pick ones that are going to be like relative to you. So last time I picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would do 9 to 10, and then all we're going to do, once you click them, you go to export hashtags, and you're just going to click copy hashtags. So we're going to go down here, and then you're just going to copy and paste. I already did this, obviously, but you can copy and paste, put it in a document. That's the easiest way to do it. And then what we're going to do is actually take these and we're going to break them down even further. So we're going to go into the Flick software. We're going to clear the exports, and then let's see. So we're going to change the limit to 10, and then you're going to put in the minimum average likes and max average likes to match what your average amount of likes are. So the way that I did it and the way that Flick, the software people actually recommend to do it, is so you're going to take your average number of likes. So let's say you get 200 likes on every post. You're going to put the max average likes at about 150 to 200%. So if you're getting 200 likes, then I would put like 350 or maybe 400 max likes. And then minimum average likes would be about 50%, 60%. So maybe just 100. You can play around with this, obviously, but the way that you're going to rank in the hashtags is being able to compete with the other ones. So if all the other posts inside that hashtag group have, you know, fucking 10,000 likes and you only get 200, more than likely you're not going to rank. So it's also important to focus on the comments. Now, this doesn't show the comments, like I said, so you'll want to go look at that. If you have, you know, 400 likes on your post, but someone else has 300 likes and 15 comments, Instagram cares about that more because they actually value comments more than they do likes. So just keep that in mind as you're going through this. And all we're going to do is, instead of productivity, we're going to go grab one of these. So high performance habits, bam, throw that guy in there. And then you're going to set the limit to 10, got the average likes, max likes, search. So now what you're going to do is we're going to go through, oh, sorry, get rid of this guy. Okay, so we're going to go through here and actually pick the ones that are going to relate most to you. So whenever I do a post, I typically use like 25 or 30 hashtags. Like I said, I don't know if that is actually as effective as people like to make it seem. It used to be a lot more effective than it was. Obviously, the algorithm has changed a little bit. So I basically am shooting to compile a list of like 25 to 30 hashtags. So I'm going to go through, I've got 10 hashtags I'm using. So I'm going to choose my top three of each subcategory. So our subcategory here is high performance habits. They're going to go, let's see, your best life, whatever, you know, becoming better me, self-help books, bam. So all we're going to do, export these guys. Sorry, I want to get rid of this one actually. Okay, 1, 2, 3, export, copy, and then all we're doing is we're going to do final niche tags. And then you're literally just going to repeat the process for the rest of your hashtags. So we've already done high performance habits. Now we're going to go through and do Seth Godin. Oh, let me see. Okay, so clear exports, search. We're going to clear graph, and then you're going to do Seth Godin, leave this part the same. You're literally just swapping out the hashtag, and then you're going to do the same thing again. So Instagram agency, social media training, whatever your content relates to the most, that's what you want to choose. Time management, export hashtags, you get the idea, copy, and then paste. Bam. So I would repeat this until you get about 25 to 30. That way you can experiment a little bit. So what I'll do, if I'm doing a post, I'll copy and paste this whole thing. And I have different sets. So I've got 3 different sets of hashtags. We got business, productivity, and then I'm going to do another one a little bit later. So don't use the same hashtags on every post. It's not, Instagram doesn't like that. So you want to kind of alternate and then obviously make it relevant to the content you're using. You could totally use less hashtags and just use the ones that are going to relate to that specific piece of content. that's fine. And then whenever I'm doing a story, I'll go in here and figure out, okay, what is my base topic for this story? What is my subtopic for the story? And what hashtags relate the most to this story? So if I'm talking about business consulting and how to sell, I don't know, fucking ebooks online or something, I'll go to business consultant and e-commerce, copy this guy. I keep this doc open in my phone, so I'll copy these two hashtags, put them into my story. Very simple, and then obviously just make sure that Instagram is picking those up. If you just copy and paste, sometimes it won't actually recognize that you're trying to put a hashtag in there. So you may have to put one and then the other, but make sure that whenever you're putting it in on the bottom, like below where you're putting it in, Instagram will give you an option to like select the actual hashtag. And then once you have that in there, you post your story, and you'll see whenever you swipe up on your stories, as you're going through it, you'll be able to see the amount of viewers for each hashtag. So super simple. Like I said, I'm not an expert in this. I don't know anything about algorithms, but this when Craig put up the video a couple weeks ago, I know a lot of people were asking about this, and I was kind of confused as well because I know it's like basically Lowe said to go off the number of likes on the post, which is a little bit different than what Flick says to do with their stuff. So I've basically just taken the strategy that Flick uses and what they recommend to use and made a little video on it for you guys just so it's super simple. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, just shoot me a DM. I'm happy to help, and let me know if you have any questions. Again, make sure you do your research on these before you use them and actually figure out if you're going to be able to rank and how old the posts are, and then you can use them more effectively. So chat soon. Thanks so much for watching.